How's it going, creeps? Welcome back to Cinema Creep. My name is Drucifer, and welcome to this episode of Trailer Trash. Trailer Trash is a place where we dissect and we review horror film trailers. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the 2024 remake of The Crow. So before we get into it, I want to talk a few things about this channel. So just hang in there. This isn't going to take very long. So if you guys are new here, or if you are one of my few subscribers, I have taken a year hiatus. And that year hiatus, I was searching for a few different directions that I wanted to take this channel, not knowing if I wanted to revert this channel and Cinema Creep back to its podcast roots and pick up some co-hosts, or if I just wanted to continue to do these trailer trash reviews as well as live streams and full film reviews. And sort of that is what I have decided on. I talked to a couple people about maybe co-hosting the podcast, but things didn't work out, so here we are. So I guess just for the foreseeable future, I am going to just continue on solo and get things back up and running here at Cinema Creep. So if you have stayed this last year without any uploads, I really applaud you, and I'm really stoked that you're still here. And if you're new, Cinema Creep used to be a podcast back in the day, and then I started this channel to make it a horror trailer film review channel, as well as like doing live streams and that sort of thing. So got a lot of fun things planned, and we'll talk about that later on in this video. So The Crow 2024, to be honest with you, this sort of snuck up on me. It wasn't on my radar at all. Now, being somebody that's born in the 80s and people born in the 90s, we grew up with the original Crow with Brandon Lee. So I'm a pretty big fan of this one, and I'm a fan of the sequel, City of Angels, to this one. Not so much the third and fourth iterations, but the first two, they were pretty solid in my book. And, this is just one of those movies you watch that sort of form you as like a goth in your younger years, or like a metalhead. These were sort of like one of the movies that was like a staple for you. So you really have a lot of emotional attachment to it. Now, this new one, I haven't seen this trailer yet, but I do know that Bill Skarsgård is in it. And I'm a huge Bill Skarsgård fan. I think every role that he's done, he has nailed, and I think he's one of the best modern horror actors of our time, and I really would love to have him in something that I shoot one day. But with that said, although I haven't seen the trailer to this new Crow yet, I have seen his costuming as Eric Draven, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan. I don't like the look, I much prefer the Brandon Lee long hair, Edward Scissorhands, gothic type of look over this SoundCloud rapper kind of look that he has. Now, I do know that this is sort of like a trendy look for the next generation. Again, not a huge fan of it, so it may resonate with people younger than me. It reminds me of this here, the Jared Leto Joker, the Florida Man GTA 6 guy, and now you have Eric Draven, Bill Skarsgård. So, not a fan of the look. I think it's pretty goofy. I don't like the haircut. And, I've seen some of the tattoos that is on Eric Draven in the film. And I gotta say, I do appreciate ignorant tattoos. I even have some myself. But these are pretty bad. They don't even look ignorant. They just look like, I don't even know, like a child drew them. They're just really bad. Like the face with the nipple eye and like whatever that shit is going across his stomach, and like the little tombstone up there on his chest that says like when and now. Like they didn't put really any thought into them. They look really freaking bad. So it sort of just looks like a joke to me. But beyond that, I mean, that can be saved, I guess, just depending on how good the acting is and how good the story is. Now, it looks like from the synopsis that they're going to follow the same storyline for the most part. So before we watch the trailer, I'm going to read the synopsis real quick, and then we'll watch the trailer and we will do some analyzing of it. So, synopsis is, soulmates Eric Draven and Shelley Webster are brutally murdered, Given the chance to save his true love by sacrificing himself, Eric sets out to seek revenge, traversing the worlds of the living and the dead to put the wrong things right. So that synopsis, if you haven't watched the original, is, I guess, kind of ambiguous. It kind of sounds kind of shitty. It was written kind of bad. So I hope that they update that and make it sound a little bit more intriguing. But this movie comes out June 7th, 2024, so it's right around the corner. And I'm kind of glad that we're just getting the first trailer now, with it being so close, because I feel like this movie, if this trailer would have came out months ago, people probably would have this probably would have flopped. You know, I'm really honestly surprised, though, that this is getting a theatrical release and something like Roadhouse went to, streaming right away. But I don't know. So Bill Skarsgård is in this. He's the only person I know. Apparently, this girl that plays his fiancée, Shelley Webster, I guess it's FKA Twigs, shows how out of touch I am. She's a musician. Don't know anything about her. I'm sure she's fantastic, but don't know anything about her. Nor do I know any of these other people, unless maybe they're like, I don't know, like secondary characters in other films, but I don't know any of them off the top of my head. So let's jump into this trailer and see what this movie's all about.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I thought that you were quite brilliantly broken.
You feel like my person?
You feel like my person.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things. I shouldn't have seen any of it.
Shelley! Shelley! Please don't do that!
When someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. And sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest. Until you put the wrong things right. You were given the power of a god. But you're running out of time to save her.
I'm gonna kill them. Every single one of them.
And killed you.
Yeah, you did.
We have a problem. He came for us.
First impulse. Anger.
It's not anger. It's love.
Look at what you've become. You know that love promises only pain. You have no idea what hell awaits you. No, I do.
How many people have you loved?
I'll never be alone.
Like Kanye West there at the end. Like what is that? What is that song that they're playing with all the auto-tune? So I have to say that, first off, I want to say that the trailer's too long. I hate when movies give away so much in the trailer. I think a trailer should be maybe 2 minutes tops. This one is like 3 minutes, right over 3 minutes. it looks like it gave away a lot of the cool parts. So I'm just going to say straight off the bat, I wish they would have shortened the trailer a little bit. Other than that, the cinematography looks good. And it looks like they're doing a good job at like world building. And that's one thing that the original did. It really brought you into this Gotham City kind of seedy, like metropolis type of place. And this one looks like it's going to do the same thing. Sort of this, I don't want to say dystopian, but this futuristic sort of just crime-riddled city. And I really appreciate that. And I think that it's hard to do when writing a script is that whole world building thing, especially taking that once you have that written and trying to convey that on screen. And I think that they'll probably pull that off pretty well here. I think FKA Twigs, I think she's going to do an excellent job playing Shelley. And I think that Bill Skarsgård, like I said, he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's going to do a great job playing Eric Draven. And I think that that's what's going to really save this movie. I don't see the writing, just off the top of my head, being very strong. I feel like they're going to rely a lot on flashbacks, which is fine because that's what this movie did. But I feel like it's not going to have a really strong story. I feel it's going to be sort of very surface level. Like guy and girl are in love. She saw some things she wasn't supposed to see. She gets killed by some mobster type guys and they kill him and then he's back for revenge. And I don't feel like there's going to be anything deeper than that. I feel like that's going to be really cut and dry, which is fine. Like there's horror movies that are made for that, right? But then there's movies like this that I think they need to, if they're going to pull on the heartstrings with the whole love revenge story, I think they need to go just a little bit deeper, like another level deeper. So have like a well-developed subplot. Now, I'm interested to see that you guys know that Brandon Lee died in the making of the original Crow in his scene where he was getting killed by the bad guys from a prop weapon that was loaded wrong. It actually shot a projectile, penetrated him, and killed him. So I'm interested to see if when Eric Draven dies in this movie, in this scene, if he actually is killed via, gun, or if they're going to try to like stray away from that to sort of like be respectful towards Brandon Lee. I don't necessarily see that being disrespectful, but I'm curious of what they're going to do. Now, I will say that this is going to have some CGI, obviously with the city and with the crows. All that looks pretty good. Nothing looks out of place here. I will say that this movie doesn't look terrible. Like, I think it will be a good movie. Do I think it's going to do phenomenal at the cinema? No. I think it'll do good enough to make its money back. And I feel like the generation after me, like 20-year-olds and that roundabout age, will really be into this because the whole style that they have in this sort of resonates with that, like, I don't know, that SoundCloud rapper, like tech streetwear kind of style, with the way his hair is cut, like his tattoos that he has, and I feel like we're going to see more people sort of like dressing up as this version of Eric Draven, like when it comes to like Halloween and like cosplaying and stuff, and more dudes cutting their hair like this and probably even getting Eric Draven face tattoos. So you heard it first. That's probably what this movie's going to spur, because this movie had a big impact just for the love story and like, like gothic culture at the time. This right here, I think, is going to have an impact on like style for like, those 18 to like maybe like 28-year-olds, so I feel like that's what this is going to do. Do you guys remember when everybody was dressing up as Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad? Like all the women were dressing up, cosplaying as her, and like just going by Harley Quinn. I feel like this is that for men, young men. So watch out, because you're going to have all these little Eric Dravens running around. So how would I rate this trailer? I would give it 3 out of 5 creeps. I'm going to watch it. Like I said, it'll be entertainment. I don't think it's going to be anything that I am over the moon about. I don't think it will compare to this one by any means. But, granted, you've got 2024 film and a film from the 90s. So hands down, normally the 90s films always win. Same with the 80s films. I do like how they're just sort of making it a reboot, because I think if you're going to make a film and you're going to remake it, I think you need to remake it. Like, you need to make the same film with different actors, tell the same story. Don't change up the story. Don't start doing something crazy with the characters and all that. Just remake it. And that's sort of what they did here. So props to them for that. So 3 out of 5 creeps. Let me know down in the comments how you think it's going to be. Tell me what your favorite parts of the trailer are and what your least favorite parts of the trailer are. So here's the part of the video where we're going to get into some of my channel plans. So please hang out and listen to this if you're interested in Cinema Creep at all. So Cinema Creep, is a place where we review horror films, horror movie trailers, but we're going to start doing live streams on this channel as well. And during those live streams, we're going to be giving stuff away. So some of the live streams, there will be giveaways. We'll be giving away VHS. We'll be giving away horror memorabilia, horror merch, horror Funko Pops and stuff like that every once in a while, especially as this channel hits milestones. So definitely tune into those live streams. It just gives me an opportunity to interact with you guys and pick your brain on some of your favorite horror films and your favorite horror actors, as well as, tell you guys about mine. And it allows you guys to interact with me and tell me the movies and the trailers you want to see me review on this channel. Same with the community posts. If you see me post in there on this channel, if you want to see me review a certain movie or review a certain trailer, just throw it in there and let me know. I'm also working on setting up a Twitter for this Cinema Creep channel, so I will let you guys know when that becomes a thing. But as always, guys, so I appreciate you guys coming and watching and hanging out over this past year of my hiatus. And like I said, we're back getting things running how they should be. Let me know down in the comments any comments, concerns, or anything you guys have. And if you've made it this far and you haven't been subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we're trying to get this channel built back up. So, as always, my name is Drucifer. This has been Cinema Creep. Stay creepy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.